Alright, here's a review of a recent purchase. This is a Squire Telecaster. It is the Affinity model. I'll show you that on the headstock in a minute. I was actually in Tennessee. I'm in Ohio, but was visiting some people down there, and I just thought I'd pop into a guitar center, and I ended up buying this guitar kind of on a whim. It did come with this baby tiger. They threw that in for no extra charge. Yeah. Have to be right in the middle of everything. So it was like $110. This is a 2009 model. I'll show you a picture of that on the headstock on the back so you can see. It says made in China, so you know it's made in China. So, I don't know. The price seemed okay. I'm going to have to get the cat out of the way here. Yeah. Okay. That's extremely exciting. Alright, so there's a headstock. Again, this is 2009. You can tell that by the serial number. It's got the Affinity. Note there, standard headstock. First thing I noticed on this, so again, like I said, I just kind of bought it on a whim. I think it probably is a reasonable price. I don't know. Anyway, the first thing I noticed was this nut was off. And then I asked the sales guy about it, and he said a lot of people looked at it but didn't like it because it doesn't really play well, so it's got some problems. So I thought, all right, let me take a look at it. Probably should have asked them to knock a few bucks off of it. And they basically said, for a guitar like this, they're not going to send it to their tech to work on. It's kind of just sold as is. So I said, well, let me take a look at this thing, see what's happening. So the first thing I notice is the nut's black. I don't think that's standard. Everything here looks standard. Strings are all rusty, so again, it's from 2009. So somebody got this and they never really played it. It seems like these slots are cut too deep, and the nut is for sure too low. The way you can tell that is holding the string down here, and if you don't have feeler gauges, you can buy those online. There's no play at all. So the string, there should be a little space there. Just that you can just do, even if you don't have feeler gauges. When you push down, like say here at the 3rd fret or the 4th. So that's the first thing that I noticed about it. I did just eyeball the neck. It looked pretty flat. Didn't have any relief to it. Once I got it home here, I did adjust the truss rod. I use these. I've always mentioned these. I got these at, I think, Advanced Auto Parts. If you can get them, I highly recommend it because I use them for auto work too. But good set. So I released the truss rod. It looks like the truss rod seemed to actually work, and the neck's got a little bit of relief in it now. Frets seemed okay. There's not a lot of wear here. This guitar doesn't look like it was played that much. And again, I'm thinking it either just got put in the closet or because somebody messed with it, or it was set up so wrong, or something happened that they just couldn't even play it. It's basically unplayable. I mean, just vibrate. The strings are just buzzing like crazy because the fret's so low. Actually, here it plays kind of okay. But then you get down to here, and I'll show you that. So when you're looking at a guitar, maybe you can find something like this that seems okay structurally, but it's just set up really wrong. So the first thing I noticed on the neck was these are really smooth. I don't know if they've been worked on or they just came like that because, again, it's now 9 years old, I guess. But that was the first thing, because that's the biggest problem. And you can file these down, and you can see a lot of YouTube videos. Dave's World of Fun Stuff is a great resource on YouTube. So I watched tons of his videos. So, but these seem smooth. So I was like, that's good. And on the underside of the neck seems clean. There's not a lot of marks here or areas where from sweat or the finish is damaged out. Body seemed in reasonable shape. A couple nicks, just some smudging and grunge on it. Needs to just be cleaned off properly. There's some patina here, slight amount of rust. Probably just leave that on there. Some of that may wipe off. May take a little bit of steel wool to just this part here. Probably leave everything else alone. If it's got a little patina or a little pitting, that's fine. It comes with the territory. These are not through the neck, but it does have, I like these individual saddles on a Telecaster as opposed to the barrels. The strings go through the back here. That's not through the body. Through the body, I believe, would be better. Also, I don't know what these, I'm pretty sure these are. I've never seen those. I think someone just stuck those on from Guitar Center, or maybe previous owner did it. I don't know. But so, I might just leave those because they look kind of weird, actually. They're kind of growing on me now. They just look like amp knobs. Maybe someone can comment on that. If those are at all stock, I don't think so. Not that it matters. You could always buy the silver. The barrels, I believe they're called. The normal silver ones for Telecaster, which are like barrel sized and shaped. Pit guard looked in good shape. It's the things I look for here. Is it lifting up? Is it warped, curling? Did someone release these screws and then when they over tighten them they crack? Or they just crack over time? That's something you may want to look at. But these all look to be clean and smooth. Just inspecting these saddles, it looks like all the screws are in there and they work. You know, that they would work. There's not like, corrosion or any sort of damage in there or something that would look odd. I think this black switch, I think that's original, but who knows. So those are a couple quick things to look at when you're looking at buying a used cheap guitar. It's easy to buy the good ones. You just write a big fat check and the store sets it up for you, and there you go. But actually, if you watch a lot of videos like on Dave's, it's surprising even a lot of expensive guitars he gets that aren't set up properly at all. Okay, so first thing you know, string height is super high, and these are fully maxed out, cranked all the way up. And so what that meant was that the people were trying to overcompensate for this problem down here at the nut. So they maxed out these things. Someone knew enough to adjust those, but they didn't really understand that the problem was here, not there. So that's where you get this incredibly high string action, and again with rusty, probably 6-8-year-old. Maybe those are the original strings. Could be 9 years old. The average person picking it up is just going to feel terrible, and it sounds terrible. I mean, then of course that means the pickups, the distance there is way too high, and everything buzzes. So let me show you the back real quick. But again, the body's in good shape, so it's going to be a good little project. Couple, maybe a little indents there, but whatever. Like I said, for the money, it seemed like a good deal. There's the back. Tuners all seem to be stable. I guess I could replace those. I don't know how much money I want to put into this thing. It's just some. I like the color. I guess that's the standard butterscotch. I think. I'm not a tele expert. You see, there's like smudging here. I don't know if that'll buff out or some of that can be cleaned out. Not even a lot of buckle rash on this thing, and these screws weren't corroded. Again, you can see the neck's clean. It's got this sort of surface mounted. It's called jack. It doesn't have the recessed one, but the guitar straps also too were sturdy. Again, that can be problematic on a cheaper guitar if those things are broken. All right, so there you go. Quick review of what to look for in a cheap guitar. I may put up some more videos as I work on this thing and fix it. I'm going to have to buy a new nut. I'm going to buy a new nut and just replace that one there. All right. Thanks for watching.